Scoot over, Sierra. Just a little bit, baby. Bad boy, stop. Oh my God, you're so aggressive. Stop. Don't be pushing your mom out of the way. Rude. Stop. Haha. Fall off the sofa. Stop. I'm serious. Okay, fourth chakra. Lesson. Love is divine power. Power, love, and compassion. Strength, forgiveness, dedication, inspiration, hope, trust, the ability to heal. Shadow, jealousy, anger, resentment, and the inability to forgive. The fourth chakra is the heart center of the body. As the keeper of wisdom and the power of forgiveness and release, this chakra rules the process of transformation. The heart center regulates all issues related to emotions, from love, compassion, generosity, and empathy, to hatred, jealousy, and malice. The heart chakra also governs the spiritual challenges of forgiveness of others and of one's self. The power of this energy center animates the life that surrounds you, lending all activities and exchanges personal texture and significance. And although each of your chakras serves the whole of your energy field, the fourth is the most vital of all, because love, passion, envy, generosity, compassion, and all the emotions connected to your fears and other strengths reside here, where your heart is. There is your power. Without this energy, nothing in your life can manifest or flourish, from your romantic relationships to your artistic creativity. Your fourth chakra perceptions also automatically assess your emotional response to a physical setting or relationship. Do you feel love or anger towards someone in your vicinity? Does someone appeal to you emotionally? You may not even be consciously aware of the chakra's assessments, but it passes them on energetically to your fifth chakra to determine how you will communicate your responses to those around you. The fourth chakra also regulates emotional inspiration of the kind that can inspire great creativity, such as songs and love poetry. Emily Dickinson's fourth chakra was so dominant that she was able to write brilliantly perceptive poetry even without having extensive contact with other people. The energy of her fourth chakra enabled her to feel not only conventional love for her family and for the married man with whom she may have been in love, but also the mystical love affair of the natural world that is reflected in her poetry. Indeed, poetry was the language with which Dickinson prayed to the divine. So too was the great love poetry of Rumi, the 13th century Sufi mystic whose poems address God with the detailed, sensuous lyricism of a lover singing to his beloved. In 18th century Bengal, the Hindu mystic Ramprarsad Sen composed a series of love poems to the Divine Mother as manifested in the goddess Kali. Like Rumi, Prasad used the metaphor of intoxication with wine to describe losing himself in the divine. The explosion of awakened language, which authentic poets experience after creative birth, can transform their individual being entirely, because the substance of humanity is infused with language, writes the modern-day Sufi Sheikh Lex Hexen about Ram Prasad. If the poetry is strong enough, the surrounding cultural body feels its impact, and it's transmuted as dough is kneaded, rises through the potency of yeast, is baked, and becomes a new reality. Hickson may well be talking about the power of the fourth chakra to transform the human soul. A woman I met named Nadine also had a poet archetype, and it absolutely enchanted the lives of countless people. Nadine had written poetry since forever, and her love of poetic expression was reflected in her entire persona. Her softness of manner and the way she interacted with others made it seem as if she were floating through them. When people learned that she was a poet, they generally said something like, "Oh, I can see that in you," or "That figures." She was the gentle, inwardly beautiful aspect of this archetype incarnate. Nadine wanted to write poetry that made people feel warmth in their hearts, more than pondering the great philosophical questions of life. She said, "I want to make people feel good without having to have a reason. I just don't see why being happy should be such hard work." That's so nice. Okay, so we're going to read the next archetype that we left off at, which was, let me see, Gossip Guide Healer. Wounded healer, I believe this is probably one of my archetypes. Healer, wounded healer, intuitive healer, caregiver, nurse, therapist, analyst, counselor. The healer archetype manifests as a passion to serve others in the form of repairing the body, mind, and spirit. It expresses itself through channels other than those classically associated with the healing of illness. And so you need to look beyond the obvious definition of what you do. You can be strongly guided by this archetype in any occupation or role in life. Some people, by their very nature and personality, are able to inspire others to release their painful histories or make changes in their lives that redirect the course of their future. Essential characteristics include an inherent strength and the ability to assist people in transforming their pain into a healing process, as well as having the wiring required to channel the energy needed to generate physical or emotional changes. Religion and myth. Rabbi Hanina Bestosa, Jewish healer considered to have been in the same class as Jesus. Ninkarak, Babylon, Sumerian goddess who nursed sick humans. Bear medicine woman, American Indian healing spirit. Mukuru, creator god of the Herero Bushmen of Namibia, who sends life-giving rain, heals the sick, and cares for the elderly. Well, the next one, I'm just going to read it because I think maybe this is more of my archetype. Wounded healer. The wounded healer is initiated into the art of healing through some form of personal hardship. Anything from an actual physical injury or illness to the loss of all one's earthly possessions. Regardless of the shape of the wound, the challenge inherent in this initiation process is that one is unable to turn to others for help beyond a certain degree of support. Only the initiate can ultimately heal the wound. If it is an illness or accident, it will frequently be one for which there is no conventional cure. The wounded healer archetype emerges in your psyche with the demand that you push yourself to a level of inner effort that becomes more a process of transformation than an attempt to heal an illness. If you have successfully completed the initiation, you inevitably experience an exceptional healing, and a path of service seems to be divinely provided shortly after the initiation is complete. The shadow of both the healer and wounded healer manifest through a desire to take advantage of those who need help, including claims that you can heal any and every illness a person has. Films: Ellen Burstyn in Resurrection, Louis Fletcher in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Shadow, Rosalind Russell in Sister Kenny, Barbara Stanwyck in Miracle Woman, based on Amy Semple McPherson. Fiction: The Citadel by A.J. Cronin, Elmer Gantry by Sinclair Lewis, Shadow. Religion and Myth: Asclepios, Greek hero who later becomes a plague god, then the god of medicine and healing. Asclepius, Roman god of healing based on Greek Asclepios. Garuda, great golden bird with an eagle's beak and wings and a human body, the Indian symbol of medicine. Mediterrina, healer, a Roman goddess of wine and health who was later syncretized into the cult of Asclepius. Iyigadulk, Inuit god of healing. The medicine Buddhas, most prominently, which I'm not going to be able to pronounce this, Guru in Tibet and Yaksushi Niori in Japan, who symbolize the healing and transformative quality of Buddhahood.